Smart Textiles, Smarter World. Spark innovation with the SmartTex community.
So I'm Daan Kubber, manager of the Innovation and Development Department at SP Prints. We sponsor this event for the design at LOPEC because printed electronics is a big and upcoming market where we see a lot of potentials. It's until now a very technology-driven market where we want to invite more and more the design factor, and that is what this event is about.
Last February, I had the opportunity to attend the LOPEC Trade Fair and take part in the fantastic and amazing design workshop hosted by Marina Totters and Marie O'Mahony. It was proudly sponsored by Covestro, a leader in high-performance polymers, and SCG Prints, experts in advanced printing technologies. The workshop kicked off with a warm welcome and introduction round, where participants shared their different backgrounds and activities. Then we dove into a lively brainstorming session, exploring the current challenges and trends in smart textiles, concluding that future legislation will shape many of the challenges ahead. And one big opportunity identified for e-textiles is in health monitoring for aging populations. Of course, as technological pattern, we agreed that AI will be playing a major role in making it all work. Then the real hands-on fun began. I started designing my own heating glove. For the prototype, I picked a knitting fabric as the base and added a fleece as a second layer. We had 3 different graphene textile samples, and I went with the one coated in polyester because of its flexibility. Before getting to work, I sketched out the design, really important part, created the pattern, and carefully glued the graphene pieces in place, adding some copper for better connectivity. Then it was time for the sewing station, where everything started to come together. Curious to see what others were working on, I took some time to interview fellow participants.
So this is a small prototype that we have been tinkering since morning from my side, and this is a pressure sensor, not a bunny but a cherry.
A cherry,
Yeah.
happy cherry,
Yeah,
okay?
or a berry.
And how did you find the workshop?
The workshop is very, interactive and also a lot of creativity is going on around in this house, like a room with a lot of people from design background and technical background.
So, what did you make? Okay, let's go now.
So we made 3 different resistive patterns, but when you connect to the power source, then it heats up. And why we did 3 different ones? Because then when we want to print thermochromic ink on the other side, then different levels of heat show different levels of colors of the ink.
So the efficiency, so the efficiency of the sensor will be dependent on the length of the conductor path, and these sensors, each one of them has different conductor path.
Yes. I think my best 40-minute work.
Well, I pretend to do a heating glove,
Oh, very nice.
which is for kids, of course. And I'm showing the inner layer and the external layer.
Very cool.
I mean, I know that heating technologies, they are quite common. I have my amazing model that's going to show the inner layer because the extra layer, it's here. And she's gonna, yeah, exactly. So I wanted to try like a heating technology because it's quite common. It's been scalable, but it looks like that it doesn't arrive to the market. So I wanted to try to do it myself to understand why we are not wearing like heating gloves, especially skiing, and why they are not so common. They are like small productions only. And I think after making the sample that I know that the pattern, well, I'm not a designer, so the pattern is a bit basic. I would say that maybe it's because consumers don't know about it and don't know that it could be easy to just wear it, you cannot get burned, anything like that, that everything is tested, and you just need a small battery to charge the heating system that can be easily like covered with a pocket on the extra layer of the heating cloth. And that's true as well. You need 2 layers because you need to hide some cables and some battery. So then you need to have like a lining, let's say it, and then an extra layer to do all the hiding part.
I think the layering also in fabric, not only in the material itself and the functionality itself, but also then in the garment, and if you need lining, if you need, and we also discussed the pockets,
Yes.
to put the battery in, that's not even there yet. So there's another layer or piece of fabric coming in.
Yeah, probably like in the exterior part. Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
It's a cuff.
Huh?
It's a cuff.
I would say it's more comfortable to have it here, but I don't know, maybe it's the cuff. But that's another thing that we discussed as well during the session, that you need to get the users to try it to see where it's comfort or not. So maybe you think that it's in the, like in here, in this part of the hand, and then you finish like putting on the cuff because you find out that it's more convenient. But I think that's a trial part that comes after a finished product is ready.
yeah. So in one line,
Might be interesting then also to combine it with the printed battery. And you're not stuck with a solid fixed piece. You
Yeah,
can also conform it to
The thing is the energy. I mean, I don't know how many energy like a printed battery can store. I'm not especially on the, huh?
Right now, very small.
Yeah, that's another like via of researching. But right now, from what I have briefly tested, you need at least a small battery because otherwise you just wear it 5 minutes and it's out of power.
So, what do you think about the workshop that we have been?
Was interesting. Several things that we can wondering and to develop in the future. So textile is a very specific kind of material because it's flexible, stretchable. So there are lots of technical things to adapt in order to have a conductivity and resistivity of the material. So it's a very interesting topics and a field which we have to go deeper and yeah, for sure. But there are lots of possibility using textiles, so it's very, very interesting.
Because I think from the ideation session, I think there are a lot of markets that they are going to be popping with textiles.
Yeah, there are lots of markets, and sometimes there is, because I have experienced it in some fear, because they say, but there is electricity in the textile. There is, what do people say if there is electricity? But it's amazing because you have a lot of space to
develop and
to go deeper, and so it's interesting.
Marie, what do you think about the workshop of today as an organizer when you didn't expect that was going to happen or?
No, super question. So I guess for me, the really exciting thing was just the range of backgrounds from all of our 12 participants. You know, they came with such a depth of knowledge and experience, some of it coming from technology, some of it from design, some from academia, from industry. It was just really exciting having all of that experience and that knowledge and perspective in a room. And that was, Marina and I have worked on this workshop for a long time.
I have to say it was really well organized because we touched everything. I mean, as well, we were doing the co-creation session. You see what there were the gaps. Then people had time to test things. It was not like to develop a full prototype, but at least to test some stuff.
Exactly, because people want something to take away, but also it's about the ideation and about that development process and looking at where it fits in the broader context of trends that are coming up.
So we are here with Marina, one of the organizers of the workshop. Amazing, it was really nice. So how did you feel about it? Like, doing it, and what learnings did you take from
Yeah, well, now I'm high on adrenaline because it just finished.
Okay.
So yeah, really, yeah. Anyhow, I like sharing this knowledge, sharing the knowledge about printed electronics. So about the different backgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah, we had like such a variety of participants, like very deep PhD tech guys, very much designers that never had their hands on anything circuitry. Yeah, the variety was high. But as we started off with like this making this tiny sample, actually everybody feels a little bit uncomfortable there. So by doing that, you bring everyone slightly in an uncomfortable space, and then having the feel of achievement after this one little thrill. Actually, it always works to make an equal playing field or something alike. I hope that you experience it like that.
I mean, it was funny that we arrived there and that it was like, let's make something super simple. It doesn't matter if it works, if it doesn't work, it's just get familiar with it. I think that was breaking ice.
Yeah.
Because you didn't expect like a massive prototype or a massive idea there. It was just to introduce yourself, basically. And I think that was ice-breaking. Later, the ideation session, where one of the problems, how printed electronics can solve their life and all that. I think that was as well breaking the ice and helping people to say, okay, what I can do, what I cannot do, and what are the technologies here. So I think it was really, really well organized. And then, I mean, of course, in the prototyping, that was fun. I mean, it was like a hands-on, seeing what is complicated, what is not complicated, where can be the technical issues, because we had 40 minutes. You know, like we were like developing a full prototype.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's and also you are happen to design the attention bridge or something. In the end, we still saw people after the presentation going back to the sewing machine or wrapping up or finishing things, and that is really a compliment.
And I think as well, it was really nice when you said don't expect, because it's something that you said at some point when we were starting like the building part. Don't expect to have a full prototype. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Just think about the tiny thing and then just develop that tiny thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was really like relaxing for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to have an end product. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's good to know. No, that's also, of course, I make still so many failures in this prototyping process and this making process, and of course